Hello, it's nice to have you here again. In today's tutorial, we'll learn how we can collect user information and save them into database, then display it to the user. We'll be using Django Forms modules. It's Django Form modules that will allow us to do that easily without handling raw data from the user. And I have a link here that that I have a link to a Django Django model slide that explain a deep understanding about a slide. You can go through it, you can go through them, Django rules, and as well for the model, and as well for the model that explain everything about Django models. If you are new to model, we have it here. And so basically, model is just a database access. So if you have anything to store in your database, you'll be using a model. If you want to save the name, the address, anything, you can store it in your model. So if you are new to it, you can just go through this slide and see how we can create model in Django. Alright, without further ado, let's get started. The first thing we want to do as usual is create a Django project, and I will navigate into my file, my directory, and open a C command prompt here, and I will say the name of the project. I'll name the name of the project will be user input, and the user input has been created. So the next thing we want to do is to cd into it, user input, is to create our app. The name of the app will be my app. The app has been created successfully. Now you have to open it up in CMD. All right, we have our project or setup. Um, we will open here. We go into the settings.py to include to add install app, to add my app. Very important. App like that, and we are good to go. We have we have successfully add my app into install app, and the next thing we actually want to do is to create a model is to create a model is to create a model. So to do that, let's close this, open this, and in here go into models.py, and you can see create your models here. In here we can say create a class, and the name of the models that we are creating, that will be contact message. You can say con contact message, or you can say contact message, or let's just use a contact message. Models dot model. Yeah. We will need the name of the name. We collect the name, start with name, set name, field like that. Models dot using character feed, and the character feed and the max length of the character can uh, be 100. Would be 100. We also need the email feed, and we need uh, we need phone. We need phone. That will be phone number, and we need a message. Yes, we need message. We need address. We need address, address, and what else do we need? I think we are good. I think we are good to go. And we also need to know the time and the date when the user creates each file, each information like that. So we are using we do created at models dot date time feed. We are using date time feed. That will be auto now, and that will be true. All right, we are good to go. We are good to go. And the next thing we want to do is just a simple string and we say f into a double quote bracket and self dot name and space another say self dot email and all setup. All right, we have done that. And for every time you for every time you create a new tables uh, or or models or anything in your models or database, anytime you do that, the next thing you want to do is to make migration. And to do that, you can open your CMD, open your command prompts. So, all right, you can open your command prompt and say python manage.py make migrations. Python manage.py make migration, and we have make migration. Then we have to say python manage.py migrate. Now we are good to go. Now we can now run our server py manage.py on server, and we have our server running. If we visit the localhost 8000, we should see it running. And the next thing we want to do is, as you can see, we have the name, store the user's name, the email, store the user's email, the message field, store the message content, and the created is automatically save the submission time. We have make migration. The next thing we actually want to do now is to create a Django form. Is to create a forms. To do that, we have to create a new file. Go into my app and create a new file form. Say forms.py. That's forms. Say forms.py. Alright, so we have to make some imports. And we say from Django import forms. Very important. We have to import forms, and we have to import our models. We'll be using model as well. So we have to say from dot models that we create import the name of the model that we create, which is a contact message like this. This, let me show you again. This model that we create contact message, so we are calling it here. We are calling it because we'll be needing it here. All right, so let's create you can say contact, you can say contact form, that will be form dot model form. Then I'll say class method like that, and we need a we need a model. We need a model. We need a database rather. So the database that we'll be using will be model. We'll be using will be the one that we create, which is a contact message. I think, yeah, contact message. This one, we have import it and we can use it now. We can use it to so contact message like that. And we also need fields. We need fields as well. We need fields. Don't think I'm getting the fields. I think I get the fields probably. We need field as well. What are the fields that we need? We need okay, perfect. We need name, we need email, we need phone, we need message, and we need address. Remember, we have them here: name, email, phone, message, address. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We have the 5 field there, and that's why we are adding it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. And we can actually leave it like this, but we have to add some proper styling, some proper styling to it. So that's why we use this styling like that. We use the styling. We use this styling, and yep, we are done. We're done with that. Let's check our website. All right. So we are good. We are good. And the next thing we want to do is to create the contact view. Yeah, we have to create the view. We have created the form. The next thing we want to do is to create the view to where the logic, how to save, to display everything. You have to create a view for it. Let's do that. Before we do that, let's include our URL. Include our URL, though we don't have one yet, which we will create. So include, we are including my app.urls. We don't have it now, but of course we create it. My app.urls saying, okay, just have to close this and create the urls.py. I think that should do it. If we go here, want some stuff here. I think I'm name my app, which is I'm just trying to do something. Just try to we are waiting. Maybe let me cut it and run the server again. Okay. What's the What's the problem that we have here? Module my app.url is see URL patterns. Okay, we didn't have now available right now, but not think this is what is causing the problem. You know what? For now, let's leave this. Yeah, let's leave this. Move on to the view. Yeah, and move on to the view. All right, so we want a view. We can say def and say contacts, contacts, contact view. We want to have question. We'll be using form, and the form will be equal to the form that we create, which is contact contact form. This form contact form. So we have to import it. We are good. And the next thing we want to do is say if request dot method is equal to post. Post do something. All right. If request method is equal to post to something, then we say form. I bring the form down here, and you have to say contact form. Contact form that will be request dot post. We are bringing the form, the field, we are bringing them down here, and we say we have to check if the form is valid, the form that we have in the user interface, which is the HTML. So we haven't created that one yet. So we are checking if the form is valid, and of course if the form is valid, then we can now save the form dot save. We can now save the form, and after saving the form, we have to direct user into a page. We have to direct user into a page that we just make a confirmation that they have successfully create a form. So that will be return render request the page will be thank you .html, and of course we'll be passing some. We need to get the name of the user. So passing some context here and say name. That will be form dot clean underscore data, and we have the name inside it. All right, so what we actually do is we use this name as an instance to check into the name and get the name. We'll be needing the name in the front end. And of course at the end we have to render we have to return the actual contact page. Return render request. That will be contact.html. Contact.html. We also need to pass the form, because we'll be needing the form in our HTML file. All right, so say form, say is equal to form. It's equal to form like that. And yes, we are good to go. This form is an instance of this form. This form is uh, this form we are referring to this form, to this form, and this form is the one that we create. This one, yes, this one is one that we create, and we need to combine it in one place. That's why we assign it to this form, and we use this form to assign it to this one, because we needing this form, we needing it to in our HTML page. All right, so our page, uh, we have uh, we have created the view. Um, when a post request is received, the form will process data. When a post request is received in our HTML page, the form will process the data, and if form is valid, then it will save it automatically to the database. And I think we need this HTML page. I will be copying this, and we have to create a new contact page. Sorry. All right, so in here, let me close all the tab, and in here, creating a templates folder, and inside template folder we need contacts.html. That will be contacts.html, and I will just paste this. And what we actually do here is this is a form that we create. This is a form, and we have to make some changes here. Look, let's go through the code. We have a CSR token here, which is a security for security purposes, and this we have the label, we have the form label here, form.name.label tag, and we have the name, form.name. This is where the name field will be instead of actual HTML inputs like this, instead of enter inputs like that. So Django form has take care of it for us. We don't have to enter inputs in HTML when we use a Django form modules. So all right, so we have the names, and we have the email, we have the message, and we also need phone, and of course we need phone, and we need change this one to phone, and of course we need the address. Need address. We need the address, and we are good to go. So we're saying form dot address, we are good to go. All right, so what we need, okay, we need the thank you page as well. We need a thank you page, and creating a thank you page right away. So inside of here, you have to create thank you.html. And what we have here is we have the name. We say thank you and the name of the person. Type the name of the person and a URL that go back to contact. The URL that go back to contact for go back. And if we check here, we have uh look at the thank you page. This is it. The thank you. I say we need the name so that we be needing passing some. That's why I pass the name here. This name we are referring to it here. We are using it here in this place. So we for this one we get the name of the user. Any name the user enter into the input, we get it here and we save it here. We save it here. And when we save it here, we use it here. We use it here. We use it here. If you can change this one, if you change this one to name from user, if you rename this one to name from user, copy it for better understanding, and you change this one as well to name from user, it will still work. All right, I guess the next thing we need to do is to set the URL. All right, so I think the next thing we need to do is to set the URL. And all right, so let's go. We have set, okay, we are, so we have to make some simple imports. So we'll say from Django .urls import, import path in the path, and we have to import view as well from dot views import dot view imports contacts. We have contacts contact view, and yeah, that's what we have there for now. And we have to create URL patterns, URL pattern, URL patterns. All right, so and we want to have the path. For the path we say contact and / calling that will be calling the method, then we say calling the view, give it a name, which is contacts. Give its name, which is contacts, and I think yeah, we are good to go. All right, so let's see our stuff running. See, all right, so I guess we need some all right, we need to set our URL here. All right, what do we have here? What do we have here? All right, say cannot import view. All right, so let's check our URLs. We import contact and contact view. Let's check the view. All right, contacts. Okay, I think make a mistake here. Should be contact, and this one should be capital letter contact with T. Yeah, making contact. Yeah, we good. contact view. Take note of that. And if we reload here, we see a page. So if we go to /contact, we should see, okay, the view, my app, the view contact view didn't return an HTTP response. It returned none instead. All right, so uh, let's check our view. We have the return. It returns. Okay, I guess should be under this. Should be under this. So yes, let me just write a little bit. So I just roll back and let's see it in action again. All right, so we have our field here. So let's enter the name. Say Edward Newgate, and email newgate at gmail.com, and the message is hello, and we have the phone number, and we have the address. Let's say East Blue, and all right, we have the submit, and click on submit. All right, we have a thank you page to say thank you, Edward Newgate. Your message has been received. We get back to you soon. All right, perfect. Now our app is working perfectly. Our app is working perfectly, and the next thing we want to do, is to create a view. Is to create a view that that will show, that will display, or that will display all the message. Yeah, that will display all the message in a table format. So let's do that right away. So um, yeah, we want to say the message list, message underscore list. We have request. I want to say messages. Sorry, messages. The messages will be, we are referring to the contact. Sorry, contact message from the database. Contact message from database. This one. Yeah, this contact message. I think making mistake again. Let me just copy this right. All right. I want to be sure of everything. All right. So yeah, perfect. So in here, so not make a mistake again, should be capital letter C. All right, now perfect. Now we say dot object dot, oh, that is everything in that database. We are importing everything, we are displaying everything in that database, and we don't have, okay, we don't have this import. So let me just make a quick import, and we have import that, and should be free. Of course, we want to make some return. Of course, we want to return something, and we are returning, say return render and request, and the page that we are requesting will be message, let's say message list.html, like that. And we also need to get the message. We need to get the message, say in here we will say messages, because we'll be needing the message. So say that will be message. Sorry, it should be messages. Yeah, message. Okay. Think, just make sure you are getting the request. This one should be Q. All right, perfect. All right, so uh, we have displayed the message. We make a messages context here because we'll be needing that in our what's it called, in our HTML page. And so this is the table. You just have to grab this and close all these inside HTML, and we have a message underscore list.html, and I will just paste this right here. All right, what we actually do is we create a table. And in the table we have the headings. We have the headings for email, for message, and we also want to have the headings for phone, and we want to have the headings for address. Yeah, for address, and we have the date. Now everything is all set up. So we also need, so now look at this. We make a for loop here, and we say we loop through into these messages. We are referring to the messages here. These messages, we are referring to these messages. We can say, if we say messages underscore from backend, and we messages from backend, and we change this one to it. Sorry, think copy this thing right. All right, and okay, and I change this to it like this. Messages from backend, it will still work. And now that we have the message from backend, so make this one, we'll be using this MSG. So we say msg.name. See, this is where the name will be displayed in the table, and we have the message.email, and we have the message dot msg.message, and we should have of course we should have the phone field there. Does say msg dot phone, we want to say msg, yeah, msg dot address. Let's give it some. All right, msg dot address. Now we are good. The next thing we need to do is to make a view. Just make a URL for this. Make a URL for this so that we'll be able to access that on the page. So we go into URL, and we want to have a new part here, and say part. That will be messages. Yeah, messages / this. The name of the method, we can give it a name like this, message list, and we don't have this imported, so I've just include it here, and we are good. All right, so if we check our page, and okay, we should have a button here that says go to see check messages. So if we go to contacts at the top, here we want to have a a tag here and say href, we want to say messages here, forward slash messages, view messages, I want to make sure we are getting the address correct, so we just go here and check view messages. All right, everything is all set up. So if we go here, reload, we should see it here, view messages, and we go here. All right, you have forward slash contacts slash messages. Okay, let's see, let's check. Think should be here. Right. Okay. It says template syntax error, empty, invalid tag online 69 empty. Did you forget to register or load this tag? Uh, uh, did you forget to register or load this tag? Let's check our. All right, let's check our message and go through it. We have, let's see everything inside the table. Okay. All right, we are having two body, body and body. I think from here should be a mistake. All right, now we have the full code. I think, yeah. All right, so let's reload it. Okay, we can see it. Running perfectly, and there is something here for MSG in. I think that one is also a mistake as well. So for MSG, this get rid of this as well. All messages or messages. We are seeing two messages. What is going on? Okay, let's do it like this. All right, and we have one body here as well. So let's get rid of this. All right, now we are good to go. And we should have a button here that says that direct us back to contacts. We can just go into thank you. Is it? We have the thank you here. We can just copy, just copy it and go back to the message. And at the end of the table, we can just paste it here and change the name to add new contacts info, add new contact information. For reload, you can go back here and you can see it. So you can see all the messages here. You can go back and we can say add new. All right, we can have the email. We have the message. So, we have the phone number. We have the we can click on submit and we have it. Thank you. Go back and you can see it here. Okay, delivery. All right, that's pretty much how we can get user information and save them into database and also display it to the user as well. Thank you for watching the video.